I encourage you to learn 3 knots above all other knots. The Palomar, the Spider Hitch, and the Surgeon's Loop. If you can tie those 3 knots, there's a myriad of rigging options available for you. You can make these knots work with monofilament. You can make them work with braid. You can make them work with fluoro. So we try to make this as simple as possible. So first we're going to tie the Palomar. I have a surface iron here from a jig of decades gone by. You double the line over. This is a 60-pound test. I'm trying to get this so that you can see it. So you double the line over. You feed it through the eye. All right. You go around 1 time. Now it's really critical at this stage that you make sure everything's flat. If you have twists, anything like that, you don't want that. You want everything nice and flat. You run the end of the loop over the hook, and when you tighten this up, it should look just like that. You should see a nice figure 8 right here. All right, you see this little figure 8 right here with the loop on it? I like to use soapy water to lubricate my knot. Spit or lake water works fine, but if I'm tying a knot at my house, I like soapy water. Just a nice even pull. Just keep cinching it down. You make sure that thing stays flat, and you make sure that your knot looks like that when you're done. All right, no twists, no bends, no kinks. All right. And if you want to, you can separate these ends and you can tighten anything that doesn't look even. So you can so see how it looks open like that? You can tighten the other side to make it a little more even. I like to put my thumb on the knot as it's tightening and make sure it tightens down straight. This is a 90-something% knot. Depending on who's tying it, it can be as high as 98% according to the IFGA, the International Game Fish Association. This is the strongest knot that you can tie. They say that this is stronger than a Bimini twist. They say it's stronger than an Albright. It's stronger than the San Diego jam knot. It's the strongest knot you can tie. And if you pull on this knot is not going anywhere. So the next one will be the Spider Hitch. This is the most complicated of our 3 basic knots. Okay? Here's your tag end. So this is your tag end. So this is what's going to go usually to your weight if you're doing what they call a drop shot style setup, although this is not a drop shot knot at all. Okay? This is a spider hitch. So usually your weight is down here and you have a loop up here. I like to make my loop for the fishing. Most of the fishing I do, I like it to keep it just off the bottom. That keeps it right in front of the fish. So you can measure this out real easy. Then we make a loop off the end of our thumb. We make a loop off the end of our thumb. We just pinch it like that. Make sure your thumb's sticking out a little bit. You're going to need it. And you go around 1, 2, 3. This is really heavy line. I'm going to go around 4 times. If you're tying lighter line, you want to do it 5 times. And when you pull this off, it'll just spool right through like that. All right. Get a little soapy water on there to help it tighten up. And there's our spider hitch. What I like to do here is I like to tie a surgeon's loop at the end of this. So we just double the line over. This is by far one of the easiest knots ever. You pull this loop over like this. You make a loop. You go through once and then twice. And then you just tighten it up. So you attach your weight here and you attach your hook here. Your hook will be just off the bottom by about 3 or 4 inches. Right in the fish's face every time. For the beginning fisherman especially, it is far better if you can tie 1 or 2 knots really well than if you can tie 20 knots like crap. So focus on getting your skills up for any knot you want to tie and for any rigging style you like. Figure out what knot works for what you want it for. I always tell people that the way to get your proficiency in knots down is to practice. Go buy some cheap monofilament and practice over and over again even while you're watching TV or if you're watching YouTube, whatever you're doing, practice over and over again until you're actually proficient at tying the knot you want.